Well, here we are in Powell River, the pearl of the Sunshine Coast, which is renowned for many things: its beauty and its history, having celebrated its 100th anniversary just a couple of years ago, but also its spirit of volunteerism. And we have just witnessed the awarding of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee medals to two outstanding persons, each of them representative of a community of volunteers. So Gina Kendrick, I'm going to start with you. You have demonstrated long-term service of the community, working, among other things, with the food bank. So why don't you tell us why you do that and what keeps you going on day after day?
There's a need in the community. There's a need at this time in our economic system for people to have help, because there are so many secondary jobs that people are not being able to manage on the wages that they're making. I started going to the food bank for almost the same reason. I had a job. I had a very good job. I was making quite a bit of money, just bought a house. I had an operation at the hospital and my contract wasn't renewed. And I found myself needing to go to the food bank when my EI ran out. And it was very humbling, because I used to donate to the food bank, and I also used to have workers who worked at the food bank because that was my job. And so it was very, very humbling. And I remember the first time I went, I cried all the way home, and I thought, I can't take this without giving back. And so then I became a volunteer at the food bank, and I've only seen the need grow in the last, well, I've actually been there for 20 years this year, and I've only seen the need grow. Last month we helped 1,009 people in Powell River and district, and that's a lot of people.
Now, Gina, Mayor David Formosa, who nominated you for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal, said that you perform every imaginable role to keep it going, that it's open, I think, 3 days a week, but that's because you're working 6 or 7 days a week. What do you think about that?
I work 6 or 7 days so that it's a smooth running place. It's run like a business. Everybody who's behind the desk who helps other people have been on the other side of the desk first. It's really nice when people who don't have to come to the food bank want to volunteer there, but they don't understand what it is to walk through those doors. So that's part of what I do. Also, grazie hafna, David. Thank you for this. Titkellem bil Malti, speaking of Maltese, because he's from Malta, and that's how my connection with David is. I think I've known him since he was a little wee boy. This is my community.
Well, and Gina, there was a nominating process and a group of advisors, and so you represent many outstanding volunteers. Thank you for what you do and for how you serve Powell River.
You're very welcome.
Floyd George, it's an honor to meet you and to know of your great service in Powell River, in the Slyman community. You were nominated by Chief Clint Williams on behalf of the Slyman community, but I think everybody in Powell River knows the great things that you do for the Salmonid Enhancement Program and for search and rescue and for fire and safety. So can you tell us what motivates you to spend all of those volunteer hours?
Well, I guess we sort of developed a salmon hatchery, and at the same time there was a need for a volunteer fire department. So I got involved with the volunteer fire department at the same time as when I started working at the hatchery. And also I wanted to do more, so I joined the provincial emergency program for search and rescue. And I did that for, I don't know how many years, 12 years maybe.
And I heard that even last night you were out on a call at 1:30 in the morning. The sacrifice to your family, the hours that you're gone and the changing nature of the demands, how's that affected your family?
I'd have to get the family to respond to that.
Well, our hearts and prayers are with you and with Doris, who we hope has a speedy recovery. We thank you for your great service and the way you give such dignity to the Slyman people, to all of Powell River. You're a tremendous ambassador, so thank you. So that's an illustration of some of the wonderful people in Powell River and the two persons who are the recipients of the Queen's Jubilee Medal. Thank you both for what you do.